Guys, this week Louis Vuitton have just dropped their latest it bag. This is the perfect monogram canvas, mini to small crossbody bag, perfect from transitioning day to night. And this is finally the bag that can take the place of the old it bags, the Eva clutch, the favorite PM, which were discontinued more than 5 years ago. And they used to be the perfect Louis Vuitton monogram canvas it bag crossbody bag. And it's rumored that the reason why Louis Vuitton actually got rid of their top selling 2 bags is because at the time they were being priced too low and selling too well, and Louis Vuitton strategically wanted to increase their price points more closer to Chanel and Hermes, so they got rid of the lower end popular canvas items, replaced them with high end leather items or high end canvas items because they were priced under $1,000 at the time of the discontinuation, and Louis Vuitton thought that was too cheap. So in today's video I'll be introducing you to Louis Vuitton's latest it bag, the Pochette Camille. So we'll be going through the details of the Pochette Camille, and then I'll be comparing it to its original bag, the 2000s Camille bag. Then we'll be comparing it to the old it bag. So first I'll be comparing it to the Eva clutch, and then I'll be comparing it to the favorite PM. And don't worry, we're going to be getting into the meat and potatoes in the comparisons. Not only are we going to be looking at the pictures of the bag side by side, but also mod shots and the dimensions, the whole kit and caboodle. And then I want you to tell me if you think I'm correct in saying this is the new Louis Vuitton it bag to replace the old it bags, the Eva clutch and the favorite PM. So introducing Louis Vuitton's Pochette Camille. So the price of this bag is currently set at $1,590, but unfortunately in Australian dollars it's much higher. It's 2,500 Australian dollars, so definitely not cheap for us Aussies at all. So the origins of this Pochette Camille is actually a reimagination or re-edition or node to the original bag that was debuted on the Spring Summer 2000s Paris show. That was the Camille bag. That was actually a mini Lin bag. So here are some photos of it here. It's a bit blurry, I'm sorry, the early 2000s didn't have good quality, but stick around because I'll be comparing it to its original in just a bit. Okay, so let's look at this bag from all the different angles. So here's the front. We can see it's a monogram canvas bag. It's got the Vachetta or Vivian piping trim. This is a curved bag, and on the side profile you can see it's wider on the bottom and tapers up towards the top. On the front we can see a flap, and the flap is secured by an S-lock closure. On the back we can see no back pocket. This is just a plain bag, and the monogram is upside down on the bag, similar to what they do with the Speedy because it's one piece of canvas wrapped around. Interior is lined in Alcantara or micro suede in like a dark brown color. So here are the dimensions of the bag. So it's 8.1 inches or 20 centimeters long. So that puts it at the same length as the Speedy 20 for reference. The height is 4.3 inches or 11 centimeters, and the depth is 2.4 inches or 6 centimeters. One thing I really love about this Camille is the chain strap. It is such a beautiful jewelry-like chain strap. So let's take a closer look. So this has one strap. It is a chain strap, and it is both removable and adjustable. So it's not a leather strap, guys. And this is so unique because usually chain straps are not adjustable. At best, they're removable. So this is both adjustable and removable, and I'll show you how. So this chain strap is actually a composite of 2 chain straps, one longer portion and one shorter portion, and what connects them in the middle is this LV circle medallion. So there's actually 4 small lobster clasps in total. So you can see in the picture there's 2 at the bottom, and then there's 2 where the medallion is. So you can at least do 3 configurations with this strap, at least. So you can wear all the pieces together to make the longest version of the strap, which is what you see in the pictures. You can actually remove or unclasp that medallion and then reduce that strap by just the length of the medallion. That's probably like a couple of centimeters. Or you can just use the longer portion by itself, for example, wear it as a shoulder bag. Or you can use the short portion by itself and wear it as a handheld or wristlet. Now you can see here, I'm using mod shots from Jerusha Couture's unboxing and try on video. If you guys have not yet seen that video, I got so excited about this bag when I saw her video that I decided to make this video. So I'm going to link her video down below so you can see all the details up front and the way she wears and all the different ways she shows it. And I'll be using some of her mod shots as references in this video. So check her out. She is the OG luxury Aussie queen. So in Jerusha's video, she actually shows at least 4 ways you can wear the bag. So you can wear it crossbody. You can use the full length of the chain on one shoulder and wear it as a long shoulder. You can take off the strap entirely, wear it as a clutch. You can use the short chain and wear it as a handheld bag. You can use the short chain and wear it as a wristlet, or you can use the longer part of the chain and wear it as a shoulder bag. And what I really love is that medallion, because it completely comes off, you can just hook that onto anything you like. And Jerusha actually shows here that you can use the medallion and the shorter chain to use as like a wristlet strap for any accessory, like your phone, whatever the hell you want. It is so versatile, this strap. So you can definitely get your money's worth by taking it off and using it on a whole bunch of things. So let's see what fits in the Camille. So again, I'm referencing Jerusha's video here. So she showed us in her bag what fits. So I can see a phone, a small wallet. This thing looks like a key fob. And this thing looks like it might be a hand cream. There still seems to be a teeny bit of room, so maybe we can throw in a lipstick or a lip balm or something really small in there too. So it holds a decent amount for a 20cm size bag. So tell me, what do you think of the Pochette Camille so far? I've actually seen a lot of positive comments on this from both Instagram and YouTube from people who have bought it and have the bag in their hand. As I said, I got so excited after watching Jerusha's video that I went and made this video myself, because I'm like, this is it. This is the bag to replace the discontinued Eva clutch and favorite PM. However, I do want to voice one concern that I do have with the Pochette Camille is the VVN or the vachetta trim. So I've seen other vintage bags, not exactly the same type of vachetta trim, but a very similar type of trim where it didn't wear well over time. Like it cracked, it came off, it split, like what you're seeing in the pictures here. So I really hope improvements have been made at Louis Vuitton behind the scenes so that these future bags wear well into the future, 10, 20 years from now, and don't experience the same wear issues that the old ones have. Because these bags really at these designer price points should be lifetime bags that you should be able to hand down through generations as heirlooms. That is my opinion. Okay guys, so are you loving the Pochette Camille or you're not loving it? Put it down in the comment section and put down why. Now let's take a look at the original Pochette Camille and compare the new 2025 re-edition to the original 2000s. So this was debuted in the 2000 Louis Vuitton Spring Summer Show in Paris, and I actually found a video of the show which I'll link down below, and I found the look which featured this bag. Unfortunately, the video quality is not really good, so here are some stills. Now this is actually not a coated monogram canvas bag. This is a mini lin bag. So mini lin was a fabric or textile canvas collection that was released during that time. And you might know mini lin by its newer name, Monogram Idol, because they made some slight changes to the type of fabric and then renamed the type of material it was. So just to reiterate, mini lin is actually an uncoated monogram canvas, so it doesn't wear the same as a coated monogram canvas bag. And some people who are not familiar with mini lin or monogram idol or ideal, however you pronounce it, they may mistakenly think this is a monogram denim. So it's not part of the denim collection. It's not a denim. So you can still find the original 2000s Camille bag for about $1,100 US on the pre-love market in decent condition. So this makes it about $500 US cheaper than the new Pochette Camille, or about 2/3 of the price. And another thing that I've seen on pre-love market listings is some of them call them the Camille bag, some of them call it the mini Camille bag. To my knowledge, there was just one. So I think the Camille and the mini Camille is actually the same bag. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was only one size. And also to my understanding, it was only released in the blue mini lin color, because there was also like a reddish burgundy mini lin color and like a green color. But to my knowledge, this Camille bag was only released in the blue. So here are the two bags side by side. And to me, even though this is the same line of bag, both Camille, to me, these are totally two different bags, even though one is a re-edition of the other. They have completely different vibes, and to me, I would not consider this to be interchangeable bags at all. Tell me what you think about that. So let's go through some of the similarities and differences between the new 2025 and the original 2000s version, starting with the similarities. So they both have a VVN or vachetta trim piping. They both have a flap with a closure. They use chains in their straps. The back of the bags are plain, as in no pocket, and they both feature an upside down monogram because it's one piece of fabric or one piece of canvas that gets wrapped around. And they are both shaped so that they're wider at the base and taper up skinnier towards the top. Now for the differences, the main difference is the dimensions. I do have them on the screen, but overall, just to summarize, the old 2000s version, or the original version, is about an inch longer and an inch taller, but just a smidge thinner. To me, when I look at the two bags together, I view the older bag as literally a bigger bag than the new one. What do you think? Do you agree? Also, the material they're made out of is different. The new one is a coated monogram canvas. The old one is an uncoated mini lin canvas, completely different color schemes as well. And the closure is different. The new one has an S-lock. The old one has a buckle. I am not really a buckle kind of girl. I much prefer an S-lock. You guys know how I feel about an S-lock. I love the S-lock. I got 1, 2, 3 S-lock bags right there. And I also have 2 more in another room. So I'm an S-lock lover. In the interior, we can also see a different lining. The Pochette Camille, the new one has a brown Alcantara lining throughout, whereas the old one, it has this really light colored textile fabric, so maybe like a nearly white, and it's in the body of the bag, but the underside of the flap actually looks like Vivienne or Vachetta. To me, that's actually a bit scary if the back of the flap is Vachetta, because that makes it really fussy. That would actually stress me out. Tell me, what do you think about the back of your flap being Vachetta? Let me know. Now, the interior configuration is different also. The new one has no interior pocket, whereas the original one did come with 1 zippered pocket. There are some differences with the straps as well. So the new one is 1 single strap. This strap is both removable and adjustable. The old original 2000s one has this double strap configuration, and it is a interwoven chain strap. This is actually pretty unique for Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton rarely, not that they never, but they rarely do interwoven chain straps. That's more of like a Chanel thing. So this is one of the few bags that Louis Vuitton's ever done with the interwoven chain strap. Additionally, the old one, the strap is neither removable nor adjustable. It's just, it is what it is. Now, if we look at the strap drop of both and we compare them, the older one does have a shorter maximum strap drop. So tell me, what do you think about the new Pochette Camille versus the original Camille bag? Do you agree with me that these are 2 completely different bags, completely different vibes, and are not interchangeable at all? I just see them as 2 separate lanes. Tell me what you think. And also tell me what you think about the original. Is that something you'd buy? Is that something you'd add to your collection? For me, I do love the uniqueness of it for Louis Vuitton, especially as I said, it's very rare that Louis Vuitton does interwoven chain straps. However, the back of the flap being Vachetta or Vivienne, to me is a complete turn off. So that would be like a deal breaker for me, and also a buckle. A buckle is currently a deal breaker for me. I am not a buckle kind of girl. So even me, a vintage Louis Vuitton lover, I probably wouldn't add the old Camille to my collection. I'll just admire it from afar. What do you think? Okay, so now let's get into the meat and potatoes of comparing the Pochette Camille to the old It bags, the favorite PM, the OG It bag, and then the even older OOG It bag, the Eva clutch. So just as a reminder, this is the Eva clutch and this is the favorite, and it's specifically the PM we're talking about. This is them side by side, just to remind everyone of these beloved bags. And here are the mod shots of these bags. So you can see the very similar crossbody day to night vibe, small bag size. Okay, so let's start off with the OOG, the Eva clutch compared to the Pochette Camille. So the Eva clutch has been discontinued for a long time now, since the 2010s. And that used to be the day to night small Louis Vuitton bag. I mean, you can still find it on the pre-love market for about $1,000 in decent condition. So it's about $600 less than the Camille, or about 2/3 of the price. So let's go through some similarities and differences between the 2 bags, starting with the similarities. So both bags have a Vivienne trim piping. They both have a chain, both monogram coated canvas, both small bags. If we look at the inside, they both do not have interior pockets. And if we look at the back, they both do not have a back pocket, and both have an upside down monogram, meaning it was 1 piece of canvas wrapped around. Now for the differences, the Pochette Camille does have a flap with an S-lock closure, whereas the Eva clutch has a top zip, no flap. The Eva also has a metal plaque on the front. If we look at the interior, they have different lining materials. So the Pochette Camille, we know, has a brown Alcantara lining throughout, whereas the Eva has a brown textile lining and is a slightly different shade of brown. They also do have different dimensions. So I have the dimensions here on the screen, but overall the Eva is actually about 2 inches longer, a smidge taller, and nearly ½ an inch thinner. Could they possibly hold the same amount? Maybe. I would lean towards the Eva can probably hold a little bit more, because the bag is more pliable compared to the Camille, because the Camille is more of a structured bag. So I think they could hold similar amounts, and the Eva a little bit more. So let's compare the strap differences between the 2 bags. So we know the Camille has a chain strap, which is both adjustable and removable. The Eva has two straps, one short chain strap, one long VVN or vachetta strap. Neither are adjustable. The VVN strap is removable. The chain strap is only detachable on one side, so you can't completely remove it. So for both bags, you can wear them similar ways. They can both go crossbody, they can both go long shoulder, and they can both do wristlet. Unfortunately, the Eva, you can't take the chain completely off to do like a strapless clutch, whereas the Pochette Camille you can. So there is a little bit more versatility in the number of ways you can wear the Pochette Camille compared to the Eva, but the main ways are the same. So what do you think of this comparison between the Camille and the Eva? Do you agree that these two bags are actually more similar in vibe compared to the Camille versus the original Camille? For me, these two can go in the same lane. They can be more interchangeable in how you use them and in the vibe of the bag. Do you think the Pochette Camille can replace the Eva? To me, I think it's better than the Eva because you can get more configurations with the bag. Of course, with the Eva, you can change out the strap to get more configurations as well. But the fact that you can't completely detach the chain strap does put a little bit more limitations on the Eva and gives the Camille a bit more of an advantage. Also, I love a nest lock, so you know I'm an nest lock girl. So which one would you vote for? The new Pochette Camille or the old Eva clutch? Let me know what your vote is. Now, before we get on to the comparison with the favorite PM, I just want to put all three bags next to each other here. So we already looked at the Eva and the favorite next to each other. Now let's look at the Eva, the favorite, and the Camille all next to each other. So this is them front on, just so we can have a quick glance. And this is them in the mod shot, just so we can have a quick glance. Okay, so let's get into the meat and potatoes of the Pochette Camille versus the favorite PM. Now, the favorite PM was the next OG it bag to come after the Eva clutch, and this was produced in two sizes, the PM and the MM. Now, for the purposes of this video, I will be referring to the PM only. So these were discontinued in about 2020, so it's been about a good 5 years since these were last in production. You can still get these on the pre-loved market for about $1,200 US in a decent condition. So that's a savings of about $400 US or about 3/4 of the price of the new Pochette Camille. So let's go through some similarities and differences between the two bags, starting with the similarities. So they both have a flap, they both have a chain, they're both made from monogram coated canvas, they're both small bags, and if we look at the back, they both do not have back pockets, and they both feature upside down monogram, meaning that it was one piece of canvas wrapped around. Now, if we look at the differences, the Camille has an S-lock closure, whereas the favorite has a magnet under the flap, and then on top of the flap, it has a metal plaque facing outwards. If we look at the interior of the bags, the Camille has a brown Alcantara lining throughout with no interior pocket, whereas the favorite has a brown textile lining throughout, different shade to what's on the Camille, and it does feature a slip interior pocket. They've also got different dimensions. Now, I've got the dimensions on the screen, but overall the favorite PM is a smidge longer and about an inch taller, but it is nearly an inch thinner compared to the Camille. So again, like the Eva, I think that both of these bags can hold similar amounts, but I'm leaning towards the favorite PM being able to hold more because it is a more pliable bag, whereas the Camille is a more structured bag. So I think similar amounts, but the favorite's gonna hold a little bit more. Now let's look at the strap differences. So we know the Camille has a chain strap that's both removable and adjustable. We know the favorite has two straps. It has a short chain and it has a long VVN or vachetta strap. Neither of these straps are adjustable. And again, the chain strap on the favorite only detaches on one side. It is not completely detachable. So both bags can be worn crossbody, long shoulder, or wristlet. So very similar to the Eva, the short chain cannot be completely removed from the favorite. But you can tuck it in if you want to get that clutch look. So they can both be worn as a clutch. So once again, I think the Camille wins in terms of versatility, how many ways you can wear it. Whereas with the favorite and the Eva, they got a smidge more limitations because the chain strap just does not detach on one of the ends. But overall, I think this is the bag to replace them as the it bag. They might as well have named it the favorite because I think it's going to be a favorite in a lot of people's collection. So let me know, do you own or have you ever owned either the Eva clutch or the favorite before? It doesn't matter if it's favorite PM, favorite MM, whichever. And let me know what you think as to how this Camille compares to those bags. For me, I'm really excited for them to release the Camille, hopefully in the trifecta. I would love to see a Damier Ben, Damier Azur, just like how they had the Eva in the trifecta and the favorite in the trifecta. I think a Damier Ben would be super popular as well, just because it's a little bit smidge more fuss-free as compared to the monogram, because it doesn't have any VVN at all and it's all treated leather. So give me your final thoughts. You agree or disagree this is going to be the it bag? Do you agree or disagree this can replace the Eva clutch and the favorite PM? And do you agree or disagree that this bag I think is worth it? Now, if you guys haven't already seen, the Takashi Murakami releases going gangbusters, and I show you my favorite multicolor vintage bags to buy instead of the new collection over here. And I show you my best cherry blossoms and cherry cereses Takashi Murakami bags to buy instead of the new collection over here.